Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat. Purplatypus is the name. And today, we're doing ZAM Hell. Now, you can see the team on the left here. A couple things I got to say about that, other than being at 15% battery. We got plenty of time, don't worry. This fight is very difficult, I think, this is one of the most un-free-to-play friendly fights in the game so far. It's just... I'll explain it as we get in, but the units you see here, this is going to be a fight. This is not like 100% a guide as much as it is a showing you that it could be done with these units. But this isn't like do exactly what I do and it'll work out, because like I have run you can see on the left here, pretty darn good equipment. I have very leveled abilities. I mean, some of them are only +4, but I'm trying to get up to +6 higher on this, and I have +10 on Inferno on Green Dragon. So keep that in mind when you're watching this. Also, there's just a lot of RNG in the fight because there are enemies that are fast that attack with a sleep attack. So whether or not that procs can change the outcome of a lot of things. But we're going to go in there. We're going to do it, show you it can be done. But just know that this fight might require a bit more strategy on your end as opposed to just doing exactly what I do. If you have that, like some really good S units that have good Sizz or Fizz damage, replace some of these units, I recommend, with some that deal slightly more damage. Because you can see we can get to a point where killing an enemy in 2 attacks would be possible if we could do like 80 more damage, but we can't. I can't easily without doing a bunch of really tedious grinding of trying to get a +7 ability to +9 or something, you know. Also, if you have the Helion, I don't know what he is. I don't know. He's like the tire guy with like the 4 arms. You have him maxed out, max awakened or whatever. That guy is a fucking beast in this fight. I'm not going to use them because everyone might not have them, and I want to use units that everyone likely has access to. So this is budget, not free to play, but we are using 1, 2, 3 free to play and 2 budget units. So also 2 more quick notes before we quite get into the fight, even though we're in there, I know. And I'm running out of battery, is Bubble Slime has an attack that says it does Sizz damage. It's his thrust or whatever. Can we take a look at him here? Right here on Toxic Thrust, deals 66% Sizz type physical damage. Apparently that is a typo. He does not proc it in this fight against enemies that are weak against Sizz. So apparently this isn't Sizz. It's supposed to just be typeless. So keep that in mind. This makes this unit not quite as good for this fight as potentially a different unit. But in the budget category, honestly, there's not much better than King Bubble Slime anyway, even though he is super weak to sleep, so he's going to get slept almost every single time we do this fight. Let's turn this off auto. And so you actually, this setup here, this U, is really important. You don't want to put any units in these front 3 or in this middle one here. If you do, it'll proc this guy to come down a full turn earlier. All these guys will start moving and attacking a full turn earlier because they'll be in range. I mean, these 2 guys might move anyway, but this guy, as long as you have these guys in the U here, he's going to stay for 1 turn not doing anything, which is quite nice and is actually necessary to give us time. All right, so these mummies are really the issue here. Although, one thing to note is these guys on the side here, these guys will normally use Dark Breath, which won't do anything because you'll have ZAM resistance, but the Stomp can do like 292 damage, so it actually does just barely enough to one-shot my Belith here. I would awaken it more, but it has like a 1.5% drop rate. It costs about 420 stamina from what I saw on the data mining to get 1 Belith. And I need 3, and I'm like, I don't want to dedicate 12 stamina to maybe not even get him enough HP, so instead I have Lemon Slime here, rather. Lemon Slime has quite a bit more HP, can take a stomp if he needs to. Without further ado, let's get in and show you exactly how this fight works. Again, this is one of the tougher fights in the game, in my opinion, right now. Or at least for a free-to-play budget-esque player. Alright, so we have Green Dragon. Green Dragon is going to come down. Our first goal is going to be to kill this mummy down here. Get him dead ASAP. If we get a mummy down, that means they're not going to be able to sleep us as frequently. I want to move you here because we need you to Sizz this guy. And you see how close they are to dead? They're going to be at like 82 HP. So if I have a way to do about like 80 more damage in between those 2 attacks, or 86 more damage, that would be so good for this whole fight. This whole fight would go way smoother because I'd have a full extra open attack, but instead I have to kind of waste an attack there. King Slime here sometimes does really good work. Sometimes he hits them 4 times, does good damage, and poisons them. Sometimes envenoms them. Sometimes he kind of misses a little bit, but it's usually, even on the bad roll, it's not very bad. It's usually pretty darn good. And we can actually save some mana just to frizz here. Still kill him guaranteed. All right, that guy comes down, can't hit anything. This guy always sleeps our King Bubble Slime. He didn't this time, but he sleeps him so frequently in this fight that I want to treat him as if he slept, I think. I just think that's the more honest thing to do. Now, this is a bit of a confusing turn for me. My gut reaction is to move this guy here and cover, but we definitely don't want that because we want Lemon Slime to be able to come back there and hit both of these units. We could also do some decent damage, but nothing's that great. I kind of like the idea of standing right here. And I actually think we're going to do this right here. If we right here and we guard, that will... This is a turn I don't remember very well. Let's think this out right here. All right. I want to cover, but I actually think I do want to cover right here. I think that'll give us, yeah, I like covering right here. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Let's take a look. What's the range on this ability? Just remind me. It is a range of 3. Okay, so we should be able to, okay, we're gonna go right here then. It's not going to protect our Lime Slime, but again, our Lemon Slime. But our Lemon Slime has way more HP. Totally worth keeping in mind. So even though King Bubble Slime could finish this guy off, we're going to let this guy die to the poison. And King Bubble Slime is going to be asleep this turn and next turn, okay? So we're going to Sizzle, come back here, smack both of these guys. Now, hopefully he doesn't put our Lemon Slime to sleep. We're going to go ahead and stay right there because he's slept. We're going to move back here, and we're going to Frizzle. We could even Sizzle, but let's Frizzle. Get that. Keeps our one guy safe. He's going to come up in Dark Spike. Awesome. So he Dark Spiked that guy again, which is awesome. And then he dies to the poison. Perfect. So that's actually still not that... Like, that was actually probably perfect variance. Both not sleeping and killing him with the poison right after that. You are going to keep covering. Do I want you to cover right here, though, or do I want you to move up in their face? I like you right here because you're going to cause the Great Troll to come down, and we're going to be able to double smack. This is actually a great positioning as well. We're happy that guy didn't try to sleep our dragon, that he just did Dark Spike, because now we could bring down here, and we can Inferno up to hit both of these guys. Basically killing 2. Not quite killing one of them, but you know what I mean. And now we could bring you down here, and we could double Sizz. Can we double Sizz right here? Yes. And we'll have Belith. We'll have Belith come down and do the other thing. You're asleep for this turn as well, meaning you can't move. Although he would have woken up last turn because of that smack. But just to kind of help people make sure they get on the good side of variance. Okay, how do we hit this guy? Ooh, we got to come down there. That's pretty bad. But we got to do it, huh? I think I made a mistake here. I think we probably... for some reason, I thought you'd be able to get right here and do it. But it just... I was wrong with the positioning. Belith is okay to die here. I don't think I have much of a choice, though. That's not what I wanted, because that kills him exactly. It kills him with like 20 HP left. All right, so we're going to move down here, kind of do the same thing. We're going to cover. Kind of keep them lined up. So, ideally, we didn't want our Belith to do that, I don't think. We couldn't move him to a spot where you can kill that unit and live. But now we can... I think we... wait 1 turn, or we could just Inferno the fuck out of that guy. 1, 2. This has a range of 2, right? We don't want to stand here. It's 1, 2. It's 3 away, so it 1, 2. So okay, we don't want to be there. We could just do that. I actually kind of like just being right here. Maybe we Helichopter him. Let's just... No, you're right. I don't know what to do with him this turn. We're gonna move him back here. Obviously, like, again, this fight is a tough fight. It's got a lot going on. So we want to move back here, though. Sizzle both of them. Alright, I will allow myself to use King Bubble Slime now. We're actually gonna stay right here. And hit like so. And we are going to sacrifice this guy here, I think. We are going to cover. Keep moving back. This guy's probably going to do his AoE attack, but he doesn't always, which is really, really good. Toxic Thrust having a range of 2 is another reason why it's so good. That ability is actually kind of broken. Awesome. Use this weak-ass attack here. All right, so now we can move up. We could wipe this guy out. Maybe not this turn, but we're going to try. Sizzle. Keep it going. Kind of want to move over here, actually. Keep him a little bit safer. Let's move back here. Keep things kind of funky monkey. Missed one of those hits, but we're not quite in the clear, honestly. Let's, you know what? This fight's over. He can't kill our whole team before he dies. We already lost one, so we don't care about keeping all 5 alive. We might have been able to do this fight a slightly better, but at the same time, I also was doing it pretending one of my units wasn't slept when they weren't, you know? So, again, that's a tough fight. That's not an this is not one that you're going to be getting all 3 medals on or autoing easily. You're going to really need to... This is not really, at this point, a super free-to-play friendly team in general. In fact, if we go full free-to-play and we get rid of Belith and we get rid of Jargon, I don't know... Sorry, not Jargon. And Belith is... I'm totally crazy. What am I talking about? If we get rid of Jargon and... Lemon Slime, I don't know if there's a way to really do this fight right now with a full free-to-play team. Budget is doable, and if you have slightly above budget, like Dolphin status, maybe, you know, not quite Dolphin status, but if you have a couple A units, specifically, like if most everyone has like the Super Dragon Lord guys that could do Frizz and Sizz damage, which is a really good in this fight, do tons of damage. So if you have those S units, that's going to be really good. Also, another the phenomenal unit, I can't remember what it's called. I already mentioned it earlier, but just to pull it up really quick, is this guy right here. Right here. You can see I don't use mine, even though he's phenomenal and he's so good, but he just doesn't fit into my content because I ban all A units that aren't free to play. This guy right here, Hellion, is nuts. Like, I was watching a Jax video and he was doing like 500 600 damage because he had 411 attack, and he was doing like 80% of the mummy damage, and someone else came in and just tapped him to kill him, and then he would come in the next turn, kill another mummy. So this guy makes the whole fight actually auto farmable, where you can watch the Jax video. In fact, you know what, I'm going to include the auto farming link to Jax's video in the description below, because his guide helped me out a lot too as well. I didn't really like copy anything he was doing really, but just kind of watching his video helped me understand how the AI could work as well. So I just want to give a shout out to him. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. This one took a lot of stamina, a lot of strengthening it up to be able to get through it, and I'm still not 100% satisfied with the way the team works. The team's a little more expensive than I would like, and the outcome of the fight is harder than I would like, but honestly, that's just kind of the state of this game right now. If someone's better than me, has some good optimization tips in either making the fight cheaper or making the fight more efficient with the units that we have, that would be awesome. I do know if you come down here, there is a bag of laughs. This guy right here, he can, the mummies are weak to blind. Whatever point, the mummies are weak to blind, and those units can blind, but then you're not dealing damage, and it doesn't feel like a route to success. It seems like it would make the fight a lot harder, even if it could make the fight cheaper, potentially. But anyway, that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much. For Platypus is Purplatypus. I'll catch you next time.